medical doctor, engineering, architect, pilot, nurse. Is that not so? Yes. But I want to talk on other fields that you can actually make a career on. Other fields that can fetch you money and can even make you popular. It can make you useful. You have other fields like the social science, the management science. The social science is not actually meant for the art students. It is actually meant for the social science students. It has to do with the human behavior, it has to do with the society, it has to do with people living in the society and how they relate with one another. Then looking at the management science has to do with humans too, and how they can manage the society, how they can manage their work or business organization. It has to do with the process of what? Making decisions that will be beneficial to that working or that business organization. And in social science, as a field, we have so many branches that you can actually choose from. We have branches like economics, political science, criminology, anthropology, sociology, even philosophy. Economics is actually one of the richest disciplines in social science faculty. How many of you can remember our one-time finance minister in Nigeria, Okojo-Iweala? Do you know what she studied? She studied economics. It was not even her intention to study economics. She actually wanted to study geography. Geography is also part of social science discipline. But because of the university she applied for, they didn't have geography. And she said that what was closest to her choice of study was economics. So she decided to go for that economics. After graduating, she became successful. She was one of our past finance ministers. Not just that, she was also one of the Nigerian representative of what? The World Bank. And presently, she's now what? The Governor General of the World Trade Organization. By what? She studied medicine. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with studying medicine. There's nothing wrong with studying nursing, engineering, or what the rest of them. But you know that you can actually have a calling in studying economics. You can have a calling in studying philosophy. Yes. You can actually have a calling in studying these other disciplines. You have discipline in management science like accounting. Yes. Accounting is one of the professional courses in Nigeria too. So we are going to be looking at, because of time, I will just tell you little information on economics, accounting, and sociology. Economics is a social science course that has to do with what? The study of what? Scarcity, allocation of what? Resources. The economics in our society helps us to provide tools that we can use in allocating or sharing these our resources so that they will not go to waste. They help us to actually manage our resources in our society. The government need them for the economy not to crumble too, because they need their what? Their intellect, their ideas to actually what? Help the government in formulating what? Policies, financial policies that will be what? Favorable to the people. Take for example, you have let's say 5 bags of rice. You call a medical doctor to come and share it for you. The medical doctor will not have that idea on how to share 5 bags of rice for 36 states in Nigeria, including Abuja, Federal Capital Territory. Am I lying? Am I lying? No. We also need a medical doctor, yes, for our health and the rest of the things that we do in the health sector. But we need the economics for us to be able to do what? To manage our resources. To formulate policies in order for us produce more resources too. You also have good places they can work. They can work in the banks, yes. They can work as as a consultant in a financial firm. They can work in any business organization. They can also work with the government. They can become their financial advisors when it comes to formulation of policies that will be beneficial to the world, to the economic sector, the accounting or the accountant. It is actually a discipline in the management science faculty or the management science field. And it has to do what? Keeping of financial records. Is that not so? When we say accounting, it has to do with money and all that. The accountants are also our financial advisors. They help us to do what? To help us to take care of our money and our accounts. They help us to prepare our accounts financially. They also help us to save our money. It's not only banks that you can find these accountants. You can find them anywhere as far as there is finance department in that particular organization or in that particular institution. An accountant can also be seen in a school. An accountant can also be seen in an hospital. It's not only medical doctor. Don't limit yourself to one particular course. You have so many disciplines that you can actually choose from. The medical doctors work in the hospital. Even the nurses too, they work in the hospital. But you know that you can also see an accountant in the hospital. Yes. They work in their finance department. And you can become professional by going for what? Your ICANN. You can also be seen as a consultant, those people in charge of employing people into a working organization. Yes. Are we following? Yes. These are the works of the accountants. So many of you feel like, I want to become an accountant so I can work in a bank. It's not just bank. You can even go further. You can go to the World Bank, International Monetary Fund. You can work with United Nations as an accountant, even as an economist. Then looking at the third discipline for today, the sociologist. Sociology has to do with the study of man and his totality. When we say the totality, it has to do with man's behavior, his social status, his religion, and how we relate with one another. Are we following? The sociology studies what made the medical doctors become medical doctors. The sociology will tell you what made the engineers to become engineers. They study all. And as a sociologist, they are called what? Societal doctors. Because they also bring solutions to social problems. Problems like religious crisis, ethnic wars. That's why they call them societal doctors. They also act as consultants too in a working organization. They can even work in banks, in their human resource department, because it has to do with what? Human relationship. Are we following? You can work anywhere. You can work in the what? The court, the law court, the justice system. Because as a sociologist, they also study what? Humans, the way they think. They are seen as the hope of the people. One that is being trained to correct the errors of the society. So that's why you can have them working in the prison. Yes. You can have them working in the prison. Not as a prison officer, but as a sociologist who is acting as what? A psychologist relating with who? The prisoners. Why are they doing that? They are changing their mindsets. Are we following? The sociologists can also work in where? The hospital. There are children that needs to be, spoken with. There are children that are fighting depression. Not just children, adults too. The sociologists can also work in where? In in a school as a guidance and counseling officer. So you see that it is not only the medical doctor, the pilot, the engineer, the lawyers that you can actually make a career from. You can actually make a career from one of these social and this management science faculty. Thank you very much.
Arts and what? Humanities. Arts and what? Arts and what? Please, before I proceed, I want to say something about the meaning of career. What do you understand by career? Career is a profession that you are well trained in order to fulfill your own purpose on this earth. Am I communicating, please? Please, listen to me. This is your word, this is your life. Am I communicating? This is your word, this is your life. I wish I know this one, I'll be what? Better than this one. Am I communicating?
Yes, sir.
Now, number one thing, there's something I want to pass across to you. We have three types of labor. Number one, we have what we call what? Skilled labor, semi-skilled labor, and unskilled labor. What do you mean unskilled labor? Skilled labor is a type of job that you learn, whether for 3 years, 4 years, or 7 years. Like a lawyer, if you want to study law, you spend 5 years in university and spend 1 or 2 years in what? Law school. Like education, in university, you study what? You spend 4 years in order to study education what? In university. Am I complicated? Now, other courses, it depends on the more year you spend, the more salary you are going to earn. Now, I'm going to what? That's under what? Skilled labor. The other one, we have what? Semi-skilled labor. Semi-skilled labor is a type of what? Labor you learn for a particular purpose. Like a truck driver, you can learn it for 3 months or 6 months. Like computer, like fashion as well. Uncle Rebecca discussed with us now. You can learn it for 3 months or 6 months. That one we call what? Semi-skilled labor. Now, the next one is what? Is unskilled labor. What is unskilled labor? It's a type of job you don't need what? Next work, you need any work training at all. Like a cleaner. Everybody can clean. Am I communicating? Like a messenger, gatekeeper. All of them fall that category of unskilled labor. Now, let's go to arts and humanity. Under the arts and humanity, I'm going to discuss the subject I'm going to study along with it. Queen, I'm going to ask you to Queen, stop making noise. Now, listen, everybody. Listen. Now, the next one we are going to look at what? Art and humanity. Now, what is art? Art is a subject that you study, like English language, government, history, civic education, literature in English. All of them are the example of what? Art subjects. Now, what's the meaning of humanities? Humanity is the course that you study at university level. Now, what are these examples of humanity? We have law, we have music, we have theater arts, and we have many other courses under humanities. Now, I will take only 4 courses under humanities, and I will tell you where you are going to work after you finish studying the course. Number 1, you study law. Now, who is a lawyer? A lawyer is somebody that serves as an advocate that fight for the right of the people, whether the government, the state or local government or any individual or society. Now, if you want to study law in university, number 1, you must pass what? English and mathematics is compulsory. After that, you must pass literature in English. You must pass government. Now, please, those of you that have what? They are teaching you what? SS1, SS2, SS3. They are teaching you what? History. Please, don't run away from history. You can't escape it. When you get to university, you can't escape history if you want to study law. If you want to study any language or you want to study anything concerning humanities, please, you cannot escape what? Law. For that, you cannot escape what? History. History what is compulsory. Now, under what? Under science, we call it what? GNS. The general study. Please, make sure that what you study what? Focus on history very well. If you don't know about history, forget about it. Am I communicating? Now, the next one, if you want to study theatre art, and that was theatre art. If you want to study theatre art, you must study what? You must pass maths, English, literature in English, CRK, government, and see what, and the other one, art-related what subject. Now, for you, if you want to, after you finish studying law or theatre art, you have the opportunity to work with the state or federal government as a lawyer. Now, apart from that one, you can serve as what? As a marriage counselor, as a lawyer. Apart from that one, you can stand for somebody or stand for shorting for somebody in the police station. If you want to work, if you study law. Now, also we have what's called theatre art. Under the theatre art, we have what's called media art. We have children theatre art. After we study what theatre art, please, we have what? Sky is your starting point, not your limit. You can add, we have people like what? Basketball. If you want to come basketball to come and serve as a comedian, for that what you want, I think you pay more than what? 1 million, 2 million naira. If you want, you invite to basketball to come here. All of their actors and actresses. If you want them to act for you, you collect a lot of what? You know what? Money. That money in theatre art. We have people like Tunde Kelani. Tunde Kelani can direct me. If Tunde Kelani was direct me for you, at least I'm talking about 97, 98. Tunde Kelani will collect 500,000 naira. Not to talk now, you collect 2.5 million or 3 million naira. Yes, the study was theatre art. There are a lot of things under theatre art. Now, the same thing we have what? Education. Myself, I study English education at Obafemi University. That's my area of specialization. And through that one, I'll be able to enjoy myself. I can be able to take any one of that thing to do and make my work my good money. The best you can do is to discover your talent and work along with your talent. Am I communicating to everyone again now? If you can get to understand your talent, focus your talent. I'm proud to be a student. I'm proud to be what education is. I'm proud to be everything to God be the glory. So the other one we have what called mass communication. Now when you study mass communication, please you must pass what? English, mathematics, literature, history, government. Please, I'm laying emphasis on history. Please, if you don't study history very well, it's not easy when you get to university. Let it be easy, be alpha and omega. That one will help you to make what? Perform well in your school. I pray God will help us in anyone. Jesus Christ. Thank you very much.
It's really a opportunity. But in starting, I want to start with back-up careers. What did I say? Back-up careers or necessity careers. So in this country, there is a mistake we don't make. So some of us are growing in the village, saying, I want to be a medical doctor. I want to be an engineer. You spend 5-6 years for you to be a medical doctor, doing nothing at home. Please pay attention. So I want, if your generation, if you can correct this narrative, if you can correct this mistake that we are doing in this country. So I title it Back-Up Careers. To make sure that in this your secondary school days, before you finish secondary school, master a profession. Maybe every weekend you say, Daddy, I want, like for women, every woman is supposed to know how to make hair. Do you understand? I know that is not your focus, that is not your career you want to be. But there are backup you should have. Many of us, we don't have it in this country. Do you understand? If you can practice like this fashion designer, some of us forgetting what I don't understand. Do you know that it is a necessity in the house? Do you understand? Every family I'm reasoning it, every family is supposed to have a sewing machine. Do you understand? Every family is supposed to have a sewing machine. So if we can, your generation can change this, it will be very good. Because the major reason, the three main things about career is profit. So far it can give you money. The reason of this backup careers is because it will help you in time of uncertainty. There are things you did not pray for that may never happen. That is the reason you see that many people are into prostitution. They don't want to do it. They look back, they don't see the parents, they don't see father, they don't see the mother. And the nearest option is to do it. Do you understand? But if you have a backup, if you have something that your parents have succeeded to train you before you finish your secondary school, even if tomorrow nobody pray for you, but some uncertainty will come up. Are you understanding what I'm saying? That is where many people are the reason many people are frustrated today in Nigeria. They don't have any option than to carry on. Do you understand? The reason is because they don't have backup. But if you have a backup, there is no way that you will think negative. You just go back to that thing that you have trained your mind. And you see yourself making money. Do you know that if you back yourself up very well, when you go into university, you see that you'll be a higher student. The other people, they don't know what they are doing, but you will be making money. Because if you are making shoe, for instance, for years, you'll be making shoe, they don't want person to breathe. They don't want to breathe. In your hostel, you'll be doing it. Before you know it, you have 10,000 naira with you. Your mommy will send 50,000, joining your own. You see, you are a big gear, but other people are begging. They are begging boys. But because you have trained your mind before, do you understand? So I want you take something that you want. You are seeing that you are not okay. You are not satisfying your family. The reason some people go into nursing today is because they come up and say that every time my dad is sick, every time my mom is sick, and they are trouble. Do you understand? This is what disturbs them, that they want to be a nurse. Do you understand? So there are things you will be seeing in your family that you are not okay with it. It can propel you to have a passion for something. So if you have any passion for anything, train your mind, when there is time. One person cannot set up to 7 careers. If you can utilize your time now, because there is time on your side. You understand? That's the reason I'm saying that you should correct it. A teacher, for instance, because many people hate teaching. But if you can get this thing, if you can have a backup, a teacher does not end, it doesn't end that you are not teaching. Do you understand? I said that many of us will grow in the village, that is the reason our aim. I want to be a medical doctor, I want to be a civil engineer, and my own, I'm a civil engineer. But if pay attention, please. I said it will help you. Many of my mates, when we were in the village, they will spend 6 years writing jam. They will write jam by what do you want to be? Medical doctor. He writes this year, he did not make it. Next year, he did not make it. And doing nothing at home. So what you should do to help yourself and your family? Do you know, for instance, hair making is very important for any girl. Don't escape it. If you have the opportunity, the time every Saturday, pay you to make hair. Don't say that you are children need it. If you are a girl, you are children. You are children, we need it. Are you getting me? Don't say that I don't want to make money for me. No, it's not for making money. It's for yourself, for your children. Do you understand? Because some people will frown at it, but when you now get 7 children, you see that you'll be taking your daughter to let's say for the doctor, but you're supposed to know how to do it. Then fashion designer, every family needs it. I'm paid. It disturbs me. I know that as a civil engineer, I know how to design some house. I can design clothes, I can sew, but I don't have machine. Do you understand? The reason is good to go to school that if you are opportune to train your mind in those things and you have gone to school, it will make you do it. You can do better than other people. Do you understand? It's just like what he was telling us. It's telling for those people that want to be a mechanical engineer. Sometimes maybe weekend, if you have passion to be a mechanical engineer, maybe on Saturday, pay visit to those people that are repairing cars. Do you understand? So there are even though some of them will not go to school, but there are some terms that they will speak it amiss. They will not speak it correct. Do you understand? But don't be with them. You'll be writing some certain things down. When you go to school, you'll be seeing all those things they are pronouncing. You correct them. You will start doing well, better than them. You'll be performing. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Some of them that are electrical engineers, they cannot pronounce some certain words correct, but they are good. You understand? So if you be able to go maybe every Saturday, you know this electrician, you say, God, I will go with this person to this room. Then you go with him, he will teach you, tell you, this is how to do wiring. You bring this positive, you bring this negative wire, you join it, then it will give you, this is how to do this changeover in the house. You see, the reason it is very important. Every boy is supposed to know it. Because you are going to be a head one day. Are you getting what I'm saying? In that area, every man, every boy is supposed to know how to do wiring. Because the day it will be you and your wife, and there is nobody to call. You must go and bring wire. Fix this one, join this one, start there. Do you understand? There is necessity careers you must know, so that you will not end up spending big money every day, in your family. There are things you're supposed to be serving. Doing it by yourself. Backup careers helps in time of uncertainty. As I have said before, if you have a backup career, it will help you in time of uncertainty.
What's backup in a vehicle? Spare tire. Clap for this man. Clap for this. So what's the meaning of backup career? A spare career. Somebody should mention 5 courses in the medical sciences. Because they also taught you that. Since you say you have no question. 5 courses in the medical sciences. Doctor, what? Pharmacy. Nurse.
Optician. Dentist.
The only one that we use from there is doctor. But all these other professions you mentioned, they can also be doctor. In short, even the accountant can also be a doctor. What you actually mean is medical doctor. And lastly, somebody should mention 5 courses in the arts. Okay, on the lighter note, somebody said all courses teaches behavior. Is that right? Okay, which one does not teach behavior? Mathematics. It teaches behavior. Even chemistry too. How does chemistry teach behavior? Chemistry constituent of matter. It shows the behavior of matter. Even things that don't have life, they also behave. Why the social sciences teaches the behavior of human beings, but the physical science teaches the behavior of matter as matter, things that don't have life. Or don't you think human beings behave? Well, matter don't gas. Does this leg behave?
Yes.
Well, to shock you,
Yes.
the origin of the world, human being is not supposed to behave. Act. Why things that don't have life behave? But I don't want to confuse you. So,
All right, we have come to the